black vassals are the ones you set up so that they will act like they're accepting anything that you got, any bone you guys want to throw, the vassals will accept. And then you'll say, oh, pick a pup, I like that one. Oh, well, look, I mean, he's got some black in him, so he's our people. We got to accept him. We got to back him. This shows you how desperate the church is. The church has never given a rat's ass about Negroes. They have
Oh my God.
cared about Negroes. They have only hated us. But on your last pope after Francis, that's your big selling point. Oh, he got some Creole in him. Oh, he's part Haitian. Again, I didn't get to the Haitian part of my last video because I didn't even hear about that part. All I heard was him taking the name of Leo, wanting to take the name of the king, the Judites here. But then also now he wants to be Haitian so he can take part
He's still
of
on
the
left.
priestlyhood of the Israelites. He's making sure he covers all his bases. He's a priest from the 12 tribes as well as the king from the 12 tribes. He's a pot of stew, right? That just shows you right there alone that you guys have no power. And you know that judgment is you can't just do whatever the hell you want to do and get away with it anymore. You know that you need to come to the Most High's
Oh my God. Anybody gonna capture B, bro?
reigns with the 12 tribes. And if you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. Because see, for the last couple thousand years, they've never, ever picked someone that they could easily go back and find some Negro bloodlines.
Bro, I'm the only one capturing B. What we doing?
They'd be out here trying to taunt it. They would not be here trying to, push that out there. They'd be trying to hide all that.
Oh my God, bro. How does one?
TikTok talking about black fatigue. So it's like all of a sudden you guys
Capturing B.
y'all wanting to be black. Y'all want to be invited to the cookout. You know what I'm saying?
Don't let him take C.
So that's what they want. That's what they want, right? And even still, like,
We gotta not.
that doesn't work with us anymore. Even if he even had
Bro, they're so
some
quick with
of our
this shit,
blood
bro.
in him, he would have already turned his back on the people. He turned his back and he chose to go with the Catholic Church. If you have upward mobility in this system, that means you have turned your back on your people and went with the churches, went with Psalms 83. You want to know if he was a nigga, right?
Oh, teammate, come on, bro.
He grew up in apartments, right?
That
But when
that was
they started the
crazy,
Blue New
bro.
Deal,
Now,
they made it so it was illegal for black people to get FHA loans, and it was illegal for them to move out to the suburbs. Did he stay in Chicago, or did he go to the
that's
suburbs?
crazy.
Did his parents get a loan in the suburbs, or were they stuck being redlined and forced to stay in Chicago?
Oh, bro, they getting beat, bro. This crazy work.
That dude went out to the suburbs, got a loan, was paying $42 a month for his mortgage, and they were all highly involved in the Catholic Church.
Anybody gonna
He
help me
also
capture
took
B?
his card, his black card, if he even had one, when he got the FHA loans and when he moved
Oh my
and he
God,
placed a
bro.
member, okay, in their
Like, what are
system.
y'all
That
doing, bro?
means
Like, that's
that
why we
he
lost, bro.
received the blessing here. He received the blessing here. Yeah, right. He used to play Pope at age 6. I'm sure that entitled him to play with other little boys. You know what I mean? He's already doing that then, because that's what we're going to talk about in a little bit, because that seems to be the whole
Yep.
MO. Hey, you want to be put? Hey, well, what does that entail?
Sorry, teammate. Goddamn.
You
My
know,
bad.
you
Yeah.
get to be out here and be the vicar of Christ, but you also get to have that pontifical secret, so that whenever any of your fellow priests and cardinals are, having, their little escapades with little boys and little girls, you have to cover it up. Really? That doesn't sound very godly to me. Well, that's what we do
Come
here.
on, nigga. You shot me, bitch. Bro, I just told you, nigga. My bad, nigga. Stupid fuck.
But people are like,
The
oh,
fuck is wrong with you, bro?
he's gonna have to rectify. How can you rectify it? When within like a
The
day,
fuck, bro? You gonna shoot me, bro? Because I said my bad, bro.
he was covering for it in Chicago, covering for these priests in
What
Chicago,
the fuck?
covering for these priests in Peru, and then he's been covering for priests this whole time. Yeah, good one, brother Slime. Like Intel, I like that.
Fucking weird ass nigga, bro. Why your ass is fucking like
That's
fucking
it.
rank 2, bro. Goofy ass nigga.
So that's it. It's like we're not claiming that. He's not one of us. He's all yours. But this shows you that, look, the most powerful nation on the earth militarily, the nation with the strongest economy during the time they were getting ready to pick a president, was begging for our votes, begging for us to participate, begging for us to please pick a side, please pick Trump or pick Kamala, please participate. That showed you right then and there that they already knew that they needed us to give them power to rule over us. And then they lost that. That means then the judgment is on this place. Because now you are living on a land that you don't have rights to anymore.
Oh my god.
So now, for their Pope, we got to pick someone.
Man, my team fucking sticks up, buddy, behind, but below, but
Negroes
strategy, you straight, man.
to give us,
Fucking, there's other niggas like
their power.
fucking Khan Naga, bro. What the fuck is that, bro?
Some dude who they can try to talk about,
This man is over here watching the fucking daily news, nigga. I'm on your ass.
He's from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? He's Creole. And that's not going to work either. Putting out videos with a bunch of blastos out here who have no understanding is not going to work anymore. So that just confirmed that you have no power. Exactly like Obama. I don't care if he has Negro blood going through his veins. Is he part of the awakening? Is he part of the 12 tribes? Has he been awakened by the Most High? Or has he been just pretty much, made his way up into the society? We all know the answer to that. His actions and the perks that he was able to receive shows that he's not one of our people. Because our people have not been receiving blessings. We have not been able to be moved up. You imagine if they elected me Pope?
Preach,
What the hell would be
preach.
happening right now? I saw that he already said that Mary was God. I saw that. If they elect someone like myself, who actually has the real Holy Spirit, we'd be right over there opening up everything, exposing everything. But this guy doesn't expose anything. He does pretty much what all the popes do. Hide, pontifical.
I'm about to expose something.
Exactly, right, Chris G? Let me play a little bit of this. Pope Leo the 14th and the Catholic Church's sex scandal.
As long as we're talking about tough issues here, we can't ignore the church sex abuse situation. And you said there's some tangential, at least, contact with that on the part of the new pope? Yeah, so there are advocacy groups for the survivors of clerical sexual abuse who have raised critical questions about the new pope's record. One involves a case from Chicago when he was the provincial superior in Chicago of a priest who had been accused of abuse and was placed under supervision in an Augustinian residence, which was actually located near a school. Now, this was before the U.S. bishops had standards saying that was inappropriate, but nevertheless, that's being looked at. And then there's other cases that date from the time he was the Bishop of Chiclayo in Peru, cases that predate him, but he inherited them. And there have been critical questions raised about how he responded to them. Now, it should be said that those who know the new Pope well have defended his record both in Chicago and in Peru vigorously. And I am sure that this is a conversation.
So people who knew him well were defending him? What does that mean? See, this is the whole thing now. All you people who go to these churches who just look over this stuff, you're guilty. You are guilty. Because all you guys were all clapping, and there was all these 50,000, 60,000 people in the square. They're all happy to see him. And so now you know that he's been covering for, sex addicts who've been having all their ways with all these little children. And you don't say a word about that? You don't think that you're going to be guilty for not standing up for truth, not standing up for what is right? You don't think that the Most High is going to hold you accountable for any of that? Guilty by association. Exactly. So I'm like, oh, people who know him recently defend him vigorously. What the hell does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that he's not guilty. Because someone
Defend these nuts.
defend you rigorously. What the hell is that? Can we do that when we go to court? Hey, my friend, I knew I ran those people over and I was drunk. But my friends, they know me and they vigorously say that, that's something I wouldn't do, or that's something I wouldn't normally do. Can I get off on that? Can I get a not guilty plea on that? Come on now.
Are going to have, and it should be said that those who know the new Pope well have defended his record both in Chicago and in Peru vigorously. And I am sure that this is a conversation we are going to have in the days to come. I will bet you, however, that this is an issue where Pope Leo XIV is going to want to move quickly and aggressively because he understands two things. One, he understands there's been criticism of his record and he's going to need to put that to rest. And number two, especially as an American, he feels in his bones the way that this issue has been a cancer eating away at the Catholic Church for 25 years now. And he's going to feel a special...
25 years? You guys have only been doing this to children for 25 years?
Rookie numbers.
You've been doing this for 2,000 years. You guys have been guilty of this. So you're going to say you've only been doing this since the 2000s? Oh, because you've been pontifical secreting everything else before that. So now, you see what I'm saying? But you guys are godly. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous.
At the on top of it.
Right, and anecdotally, I know of many Catholics who no longer donate or tithe money because most Catholics will give 10% on Sunday in the collection basket. They no longer tithe to the Catholic Church because of this very issue. So it has become one people feel that the church is not.
That's funny because I still see billions of you guys all participating. Billions of you sitting here still going out here and, hundreds of millions of you guys going out here and all crying because of this guy that they elected. For what? For what? Right, Queen Mommy? We know your history. You can't hide this anymore. Oh, he's gonna want to tackle this quickly because of his record. His record sucks. His record is horrible. That has to be a prerequisite to be a pope. You have to have a horrible record with, covering up for priests who rape children. That has to be a prerequisite for you even to get the job. I'm going to play a couple more because it's Pretty ridiculous.
But while a lot of people are celebrating, he's had his fair share of controversies over the years. Let's start with his handling of child abuse cases. Leo served as a bishop in Peru for almost a decade, and during that time he was accused of mishandling sexual abuse allegations. This is an advocacy group called SNAP, the Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests. Now, a few years ago, 3 sisters came forward saying they were abused as minors by 2 priests in Leo's diocese back in 2007. SNAP accused Leo of basically looking the other way.
And what's crazy is this stuff is going on to like 2024. Like some of these cases you're gonna see, I think in this video right here, like some of the stuff was like being paid off like a few months ago. Like, are you serious? Like it was like December of 2024. Like they made like another agreement. So it's like they already knew. I mean, your Pope just went and opened up some portals. Hey, start paying him off. He's about to die. We're gonna need. Hey, anybody here got some Negro, maybe some Negro blood in him? Oh, this guy. Okay, well pay these people off so we can, throw him out there. They already know. It wasn't like this stuff was like, oh, this is something that's 25 years ago. Come on now. This is why it's called judgment. Because the Israelites are now awakened. We can see right through your BS, and we're going to throw all of this out there. We're throwing all of it out there in the ether for the Most High and the Holy Spirit to take care of. And when those children die, and you never actually made things right with them, they wait for you. They are waiting for you. So that when you die, you get judged. That would be from the Apocalypse of Paul. And it was funny because some woman was on here, oh, the dead don't see anything. When they die, they don't see anything. I was like, see, this is what happens when you bring in that Christianity over here. You act like we just cease to exist when we die. Only people that want to come up with that kind of a doctrine are the ones who have been running around here killing and raping and destroying everyone. They're the ones
Represent.
come up with that kind of, oh man, I killed so many people. I don't want to believe that they're up there in heaven waiting for me so that we can be judged together. So I can be judged for how I wronged these people. Oh, the dead, they don't know anything about what happened up here. Oh, really? I said, because, when you read the rich man Lazarus, the rich man was well aware about his brothers and how they were living and wanted Lazarus sent back in order to be able to warn his brothers. So this is what happens when you go to church and you just listen to a doctrine that they tell you and you don't read for yourself. So let me continue. So like I said, the guy's like, oh, this, so it wasn't just little boys, it's also young girls too. And he just blew it off. I'm going to go back like 10 seconds.
Said he brushed off. Now, a few years ago, 3 sisters came forward saying they were abused as minors by 2 priests in Leo's diocese back in 2007. SNAP accused Leo of basically looking the other way. They said he brushed off the women's claims and failed to launch a full inquiry, which led to accusations of a cover-up. The diocese denied this, saying Leo met with the victims and forwarded the case to the Vatican. But the Vatican ended up dropping the case. Now let's go back even further to when Leo led the Augustinian order in Chicago. This is Father James Ray, a priest from Chicago who was accused of abusing minors in the 70s and 80s. Survivors said he used his position of authority and trust to exploit vulnerable children. Ray was eventually removed from the public ministry, but in 2000, Leo allowed him to live at a friary right near a Catholic primary school. He was under supervision, but the proximity and that judgment call raised serious questions. Then we've got his social views. Now, compared to his predecessor, Leo is quite conservative on social politics. He's spoken out against what he calls gender ideology, saying it threatens traditional family values. He's also claimed, direct quotes, that Western culture fosters people beliefs and practices that contradict the gospel, including the homosexual lifestyle and same-sex families. And, very consistent with the Catholic Church, Leo is against abortion and euthanasia, which he calls violations of human life, and he's also against women being ordained as priests. Now, obviously none of these views are radical for the Church, but if you were hoping for someone a bit more progressive like Pope Francis, you'll be disappointed. But Leo is progressive in other ways. He's very pro-immigration, particularly for those in need.
Oh boy, look at me go.
Praise migrants for their courage in seeking better lives and says the church should.
And the whole thing with pro-immigration, again, so you're pro people coming over here and taking dainties and programs that were meant for my people and giving them to other people. That's what you're talking about. Because that's what immigration has always been about. Immigration has not been about fairness to the Israelites. Immigration has been about letting everybody come over. Everybody receives the programs and the perks and the things, the money and the opportunities was given to everybody else except our people. Is that exactly that's what you got? But of course, that's what they meant because that's what the Catholic Church has all been set up for. That's what the whole Catholic Church has been about, taking things from the Israelites and giving it to everybody else, and then everybody worships their church. To the Israelites. Immigration has been about what you're talking about. Because that's what immigration has always been about. Immigration has not been about fairness to the Israelites. Immigration has been about letting everybody come over. Everybody receives the programs and the perks and the things, the money and the opportunities was given to everybody else except our people. Is that exactly what you got? But of course, that's what they meant because that's what the Catholic Church has all been set up for. That's what the whole Catholic Church has been about, taking things from the Israelites and giving it to everybody else, and then everybody worships their church. That is what you guys have been believing, okay? And you guys are all paid to ignore what you've done to our people. You're getting paid by the church to get things from the church, get money, get opportunities. They'll support you coming to other countries and take responsibility. I can't take things that were promised to us, not responsibilities, but things that were promised to us, programs, money, whatever it was, 40 acres and a mule, everything else that was promised to us. They'll give it to everybody else, but you got to worship at their churches. And when their priests get caught doing whatever to your children, to daughters, sons, you don't say a damn word. That's all part of it as well. That's the ridiculousness of what's going on here. I'm going to play a little bit of Brother Big Levi's video around the 30-minute mark, 28-minute mark. About, them trying to figure out what the hell Leo is.
Chicago, just like they say Obama was from Chicago. What about Chicago? Chicago black.
Yeah, that's funny. Like Obama was from Chicago. This guy's from Chicago. What is it about Chicago that they want to act like their black people that they support come from? Go back a little bit.
Seven Ryan, some place called. They already claimed this dude, the Italian over there in Chicago. Hey, you can make this up. This guy is a black man from Chicago, just like they say Obama was from Chicago. What about Chicago? Chicago black people, stuff like that. The word Chicago is another word for black people. Okay, the Haitian men that built the city of Chicago. You see what those people trying to do. Okay, in order for you to gain access to our land, you have to get.
Man, mute your mic. Nobody want to hear that, man.
And you have to get swagger jack the Judite for the king, for the kingship, for the rulership, and he ain't gonna work. And they're stumbling and doing this thing right here. Let me read this again.
People get on the
Creole expert.
play the game, not hear a freaking talk show, man.
Ancestry to the black community of New Orleans. His maternal ancestors lived in the Crescent City before migrating to Chicago in early 20th century, Honora said. Okay, so her mother left, migrated with him in the earlys and stuff like that going over there. So Leo 14 is not known to have publicly commented having African ancestry. Again, put the word African in there, which is part of a mixed heritage.
And that's what they say, even if the brother said, well, we never talked about us being black. Oh, so now that it's convenient, now y'all throwing that out there. But the whole time, y'all are hiding any fact that you had any black blood in you. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm not black. I'm not black. Just like trying to throw out old girl Kamala. Oh, she's black now too. See, you're not seeing like a pattern. We got Obama, Blasel. He's black. Kamala, another Blasel. Oh, she's black. Oh, the Pope. Oh, got some black. He's black. When all of a sudden has it been so important to try to get the 13%, suppose that you call us, to go out here with you? When that's never, ever been the case. Right? They want to be us so bad. It's hilarious, right? I'm going to play a little more.
That also include French, Italian, and Spanish roots. Again, they have no idea. They don't know where to put this thing. Is it French? Is it Italian? Is it Spanish? Is it Peruvian? Is it American? Is it Haitian? Is it Dominican? They just try to do their best to hide and swindle and wiggle their way into this thing. According to the U.S. Census, Prevost's mother, the late Mildred Martinez, was the mixed-race daughter of...
All right? I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, look at all the different things they're trying to say this dude is. Is he this? Is he that? Before, hey, I'm white. I'm white. Everybody's running away from being white. Do you not see that? Everyone is trying to run away from being white. Well, why is that? If what you've been doing is so pure and you've been so godly, then why are you trying to find all these different ways to try to slither your way in over here?
Is it Spanish? Is it Peruvian? Is it American? Is it Haitian? They have no idea. They don't know where to put this thing. Is it French? Is it Italian? Is it Spanish? Is it Peruvian? Is it American? Is it Haitian? Is it Dominican? They just try to do their best to hide and swindle and wiggle their way into this thing. According to the U.S. Census, Prevost's mother, the late Mildred Martinez, was the mixed-race daughter of a black property owners, the Haitian-born Joseph Martinez, and the New Orleans native Louise Baquier de Creole.
See, this is called this. This is why it's judgment, people. Because see, for the last 2,000 years, it has been pretty much a prerequisite that the Pope was going to come from where? The three parts. And all of your other popes have come from the three parts. Europe, pretty much just Europe, right? There ain't been no Africans, and there haven't been any, whatchamacallit, any Asians. So they've all been pretty much Europeans. All of a sudden, after the death of Francis, all of a sudden, y'all try to pick some dude that's from America, that's got all of these different ethnicities, showing you that you guys have absolutely nothing, no power anymore. Because you guys would pick someone from over there 100% of the time. 100% of the time. So you're confirming what we're saying without saying it, but your actions are confirming it. You know that the Most High has taken away your power. You know that the Most High has turned his face back to his people. You know that. So that's why you're trying to slither your way in somehow. Right? All of a sudden now it's a melting pot. Never been. Never been. Hold on.
Lock in for God, or I'll suck your hog.
Couple little articles.
Go hang out with the Pope.
I'm going to show you guys. This was from Brother Slide. He can send me this article. Okay? Just to show you that nothing has changed. And if you want to be part of this church, and you wanted to say nothing, then you will go down with the church as well. Right, Tony? All of a sudden we exist. The title of this is Catholic Church to excommunicate priests for following new U.S. state law. It says the Catholic Church has issued a warning to its clergy in Washington state. Any priest who complies with a new law requiring the reporting of child abuse confessions to our authorities will be excommunicated. So if you tell the authorities about any of our priests or anybody raping children, we will excommunicate you. We will excommunicate you if you tell the authorities about anybody having sex with children. Oh, let me see here. This was published May 7th, 2025, updated May 9th, 2025. Pontifical secret still seems to be pretty alive and well, right? The new law, which will take effect on July 27th, 2025, eliminates a long-standing confidentiality of the confessional, forcing Catholic leaders and lawmakers into a highly charged standoff over religious liberty and child protection. However, the Archdiocese of Seattle and several bishops argue that the law not only contravenes church doctrine, but crosses constitutional lines, while supporters maintain it is a crucial step to protect minors from abuse. Newsweek contacted the Archdiocese of Seattle and Washington Governor Bob Ferguson and the 3 Democratic state senators who sponsored the bill for comment via email and online inquiry forms. Why it matters. The issue spotlights the enduring tension between religious freedom and the state's duty to protect children from abuse. So it's religious freedom so we can keep raping your children. That's what the church is saying. It's our religious freedom to rape your children.
Go to church today. Have a good day.
That's what the Catholic Church is fighting for.
Have a good day at church.
Right, Chris G, exactly. So it says, by compelling clergy to breach the confessional seal, Washington joined a small group of states stripping traditional confidentiality protections. The law has triggered a national conversation about the boundaries of church and state, setting a precedent that could have implications for religious practices and privileged communication nationwide. Now, the thing is
I can't make it to my appointment. I got church today.
You've had thousands of years to do the right thing. Don't already been shown that you are incapable, it is impossible for you to do the right thing. It is impossible for you to hold your priests, cardinals, bishops, all people in your religion responsible for their actions. So all you want to say is, we're gonna do better. I promise this won't happen again. Well, for the last 2,000 years, you've been doing exactly the same thing. All the way until now. And now the new pope that you guys put in there has a horrible history of hiding what the things the priests have been doing to children.
Have fun at church.
So how long do you think that the state should have to wait for you to do the right thing and start turning these people in?
Have fun at church today.
All you gotta do is hide behind pontifical secret. We're there with the pontifical secret. You can also go and tell the victims to shut the hell up. You can tell the people who brought the case to shut the hell up. That is like Psalms 83 to the T. Hey, you came over here. You joined our group. You joined Psalms 83. We let you raise yourself up a little bit in this society, but you can't say anything about what us people in charge do.
You know who you are.
You can't say anything about what we do. That is what you signed up for. You signed up to give us your children. You signed up to give us your children. You signed up to give us your little girl. That's what the church is telling you. So don't try to now think that you're going to stand up and fight against the church. You've allowed that to happen.
Go to church, man.
And you state, the church is like, hey, don't you come over here trying to tell us what we're going to do. We gave you power. The church is showing you they have the power, not the states, not the governments, not the politicians. The church does. Because the word shows you what they're going to give you.
That was the dumbest shit.
And all you people who are still supporting the system, just understand what's about to happen to you. It's that surely. There's stuff coming for you too. Brother Big Levi's video, he had this says victims group alleges Pope Leo the 14th mishandled sexual abuse cases involving priests in Chicago and Peru. So you can look it up.
Have
They
fun
had
at
to pick a
church
guy
today.
with some supposed Negro blood in him, so it is what it is. 6 weeks before American Cardinal Robert Prevost became Pope Leo the 14th, the activist group Survivors Network of Those Abused by Priests, SNAP, filed a complaint against him 6 weeks ago. Number 6 again. Just 6 weeks ago, he had an abuse, investigation set up.
Oh my fucking.
I filed a complaint against him along with other church leaders to the Vatican's Secretary of State, Cardinal Pietro Parolin. So this is 6 weeks ago. This dude had a case put on him. But y'all thought he's qualified to be the next pope because he's black. That's why. So we can say, hey, look, man, you black people do it too. 6 weeks ago.
Have fun at church.
Check out the article. Thank you, Sister Didion. 6 weeks ago. Sipping some tea, right? Says the group alleged Prevost harmed the vulnerable and caused scandal by mishandling 2 situations in Chicago in 2000 and in Peru in 2022. Woo! These are 22 years apart. So you imagine there hasn't been other stuff going on, but in those 22 years. From 2000 to 2022, no one, maybe just no one else decided to actually file a complaint. But other stuff is going on. Says involving priests accused of sexual abuse. The group said that as a provincial supervisor in Chicago, we're in 2000, we got about that dude. We had Prevost allowed a priest accused of abusing at least 13 minors. At least 13 minors. Okay? To live in
Have fun at church today.
St. Johnstone Friary in Hyde Park. Half of St. Thomas the Apostle Elementary School. They gave some little children.
Make sure you give your pastor a big hug.
Since the school was never notified, hold on, I'll just keep going. The priest, Father Jerry, had been barred since 1991, performing parish work. So for 9 years, old boy couldn't work in parish. Okay? So what the hell is he doing for 9 years? Okay? Or being alone with minors. So they knew he couldn't be alone with minors. Okay? Restrictions, the Archdiocese of Chicago noted when it asked people to allow Ray to live at the friary. The school was never notified since
I'll make sure y'all get ready for church.
Ray was friary and removed from public ministry. He was removed from the priesthood for 12 years for that. Okay? So hold on, let me go back up. In the 1980s and 90s, Rios served as a parish pastor and diocesan official in Peru. He returned there in 2016 when Pope Francis appointed him as bishop of the diocese.